everyone, and welcome to day 6 of the Eat to Live challenge. So, I am just getting to work and the sun is going down, so it is quite bright and shiny out. But I wanted to chat with you guys for a few minutes. So, today was my transition day, so I was up for a while this morning and then took a nap this afternoon. And this morning while I was up, I made something called, I'm going to call it Frontera Enchilada chili. The original recipe came from Plant-Based Adventure, or Adventures, I'm not actually sure. But the recipe changed enough that I don't know, when is the recipe no longer theirs and just something you've created, because it's not the same as what's written down at all, so I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But anyways, so basically I just took a crock pot and put, let's see, I chopped up a green zucchini and a yellow squash, a red pepper, a very large onion, like a very large onion, a package of enoki mushrooms, and that was that for chopping. That really didn't take very long, to be honest with you. And then in the crock pot I put 2 cans of drained tri-blend beans. So there's a little bit of kidney beans in there, a little bit of black beans. I'm not sure what the other bean is. Maybe pinto bean? I'm not real sure. 3 beans. And then all those veggies and a can of no salt added diced tomatoes and a bag of frozen corn. That was it for those ingredients. And then I put in there the Frontera. Frontera makes several different sauces, I guess you would call them. And they come in like a little bag in the grocery store. And I actually just found out that Kroger, my local Kroger, carries them. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't realize that. And they don't have oil in them. So I haven't been able to really make enchilada-y type stuff for a long time because the cans of enchilada sauce that they have at the store have oil in them. And a couple times that I've tried to make homemade recipes of enchilada something or other, like the enchilada sauce is just not good at all. So anyways, this stuff is actually really quite tasty. It's very good. There's no oil in it. So I'd highly recommend, if you have a craving for an enchilada-based sauce, totally try this out. There's one massive drawback to the Frontera bag stuff. It's relatively expensive. So I think when it's not on sale, it's like $3 a bag, and I think we bought it for $2.29 a bag. But there's only like either 8 or 10 ounces or something in the bag, so it's tiny little amount. And so for the 8-quart crock pot, that was pretty much full when it was done. We used 2 bags. I don't think you would have needed a third. You could definitely tell that there's an enchilada flavor to it, but it's really expensive. So if you were making like maybe enchiladas with soy curls and peppers and onions and all that kind of stuff in the oven, and either tortillas or corn shells or whatever, and you wanted to put enchilada sauce on them, you would need for sure 2 bags, if not 3, and so that would get real expensive real fast. So keep that in mind, but definitely worth trying, especially if you're only cooking for 1 or 2. It's not that expensive to just buy 1 bag or even 2 bags, but once you start getting 3 bags in one recipe, then you hope you have leftovers, because that's a lot of money. But anyways, so put that in there, and then I filled it up with water just up to the line of the vegetables. And then about a half an hour before it was ready to serve, I had my husband put in half a big bag, like a really big bag of kale, like half of a bag of chopped up kale. And then I don't know how much better than bouillon he put in there. The original recipe does call for using broth rather than water, so I would assume that he probably put in half a tablespoon, because I measured it out. I put 3 cups of water in there. I actually expected to use a lot more water, but there was a lot of food in that 8-quart crock pot. So yeah, he probably would have put like half a tablespoon in, maybe a little bit less, because it already had a really good flavor to it, he said. So anyways, that's what I brought with me for, and then I measured it when I went to put it in a bowl. I got a slotted spoon, so I wasn't measuring water, and put it in my glass container to bring with me. And it was, I didn't realize at first that I knew I put beans in it, but I wasn't thinking about that when I was going to measure it out. So I went ahead and measured it out and did 1.25 pounds. So just to make sure that there's really close to a pound of cooked vegetables in there, because 2 cans of beans is not a ton of beans, to be honest with you. So anyways, so I've got a pound of cooked vegetables there, which is a pretty good variety because there's kale in there, and there's corn and tomatoes and zucchini and onions and just mushrooms, all sorts. So really good variety in that chili. I'm really excited about it. So Frontera is definitely, if you're wanting to make an enchilada type thing, I would try it for sure. It's really good. I know they sell it on Thrive Market as well, so if you guys are on there, and they also have it at Amazon, so if you are on either of those places, you get it at either of those 2 places as well. And then for raw vegetables, I brought a salad, which is the last of the bag of mixed salad, and it's got half a cucumber chopped up in it, and then some frozen corn. So it did not quite hit the pound mark. It's actually like 14 ounces or 13 ounces, something like that. So unfortunately, there's not quite a full pound there. But when I was at the store tonight getting some, I needed to pick up a few things, get some more bananas, that type of stuff. I did get some raw sliced almonds, which I don't really care for almonds, to be honest with you, never have, but I don't have any nuts with me, and so I thought I would weigh out 50 grams of raw almonds, the sliced ones, and put them in my salad. So I thought that sounded pretty good. I don't have salad dressing with me, but I do have a container with some pickles in it, so that will be tasty. And that's it. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, it's time for me to go into work. So anyways, today is day 6 and it's going really well. It's kind of a little bit of work to try to make sure to get a pound of raw vegetables in a day, because it's just not part of my eating culture to have like chopped up cauliflower and chopped up, oh, I should have gotten some peppers at the store. We don't have any left. Oh well. I'm not used to having raw vegetables on a regular basis, which, you know, I mean, they're really low in calories, so I really should try and include them in my diet more. I'm used to having salads, but not really raw vegetables per se. But anyways, so if I'm still hungry in the morning when I get home, I will try to figure out a way to get a little bit more raw vegetable in me, or maybe I'll just have some oatmeal. That might be something I would have as well. Because, oh, I brought an apple with me. So I'm going to have my salad and an apple and then have my chili later, or do vice versa, have my chili first and then salad and apple later in the morning. Whichever way I get around to doing it, doesn't matter. Both are good. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's all for me for now, and I hope you're doing really well, and I'll talk to you again in the morning. Bye! Well, good morning, everyone. Well, or whatever time it is for you guys. It's morning time for me. So last night was one of those nights that, seriously, if I drank, it would be one of those nights that I'd want to go home and have a drink. Or maybe more so in this case, seeing as I absolutely don't drink. It's kind of one of those, okay, I feel like going home and eating vegan junk food, like grabbing some vegan donuts on the way home. Not that I know where I would buy any of those, but eating some vegan potato chips, all that kind of thing, because last night was horrible. My tech got it to work at 8:30 last night like she normally would, and then at about 10:30 she got a phone call that said that she needed to go home. Well, actually she had to go to the other hospital where her father-in-law was, because he was not doing well. And so the other pharmacist that normally leaves at 12:30, she stayed with me until 2. So then I was by myself from 2 until 4 when another pharmacist came in, and then I helped him do all the IVs for the 24-hour IV fill. And then he left. So then I was by myself again. And then a tech came in, and she has to do her own thing. I mean, everybody that comes in has something that they need to be doing. So it's not like they can just drop everything to help me do what I need to have done. But they were still really good about, everybody was really good about helping out and stuff. So that was awesome. Really good teamwork. Just more stressful than normal nights. But anyways, so yeah, and I'm starving. Like, holy buckets, I am super hungry, which I don't know why, because I had food. So I had my chili and actually I do probably know why I'm hungry. So I had my chili and my apple at like midnight, maybe 12:30, something like that. I had gotten hungry, and so that was a good time to eat, so I did. And then, no, it was earlier than that. It was probably like 11:30. Yeah. Anyways, so I ate my chili and my apple, and it was really good. And then I got hungry again at like 3, maybe 3:30. So I got my salad, and it took me like an hour and a half to eat a salad, because I just couldn't stop for that amount of time to actually sit down and eat. And I think sometimes when you eat just tiny little bits bits over a long period of time, you never actually get full. So anyways, I'm really hungry. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to have some oatmeal, which is something I can have. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of blueberries in it, which will be, so I've had the apple that I had was really small, so I've had one serving of fruit for the day. So I'm going to have I don't know, maybe a half a cup of blueberries, which is another serving, so that will be good. And I think I can have 1 cup of oatmeal, like cooked oatmeal, so I'm going to go and do that. That will be lovely, and I'm really looking forward to it because I'm really hungry. So, anywho, that'll probably be it for me for the day. I wanted to go, we took the kids swimming on Monday, and they had a grand old time, and it was so stinking cold that I just put my feet in the water. Well, I put up to my knees in the water and sat on the edge of the pool. And Anthony was going to take them again today, and so I kind of wanted to go, but the pool doesn't open until 10. I'm not going to stay up that late. So, anyway, that's kind of a bummer. I would like to go, but at the same time, it's probably going to be cold enough that I'm not going to want to get in and practice. I would like to get in and swim some laps for a while, and that would be good exercise, but it's not going to happen because it's going to be too cold. It's probably going to be too cold for like another month and a half for me. Maybe I should get like a wetsuit or something so I won't be quite so chilly when I get in the water. That might work. I would hate to see somebody my size in a wetsuit. No, that's not happening. Totally not happening. Anyways, alrighty guys, so I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow, which is actually going to be tonight.